friends of the vinyl community. It's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records. It is Monday, which means it's time for another installment of Vinyl Editions. So this week, I went to a record store mid last week. I had a couple things show up after my last video posted, and I picked up another MoFi. So, real excited about that. Let's get into it. So, like I said, a couple things came in while that same day that I put out my last video. So I want to start there. First one is this. This one I got from the Amazon warehouse. This is Weezer, and this is Make Believe is the album. So on this one, it's got some creasing on the corner here, but the album's in really good shape, and it cost me very little money to get. So very happy to have this adding to my Weezer collection. Trying to grab as many of the Weezer albums as I can, knowing that some of them are not as good as the Color albums, which I guess most people consider their best ones, but this one's pretty good. I enjoyed listening to this one very much. So yeah, Weezer Make Believe is the first one that came in. Then I also got an order that came in from my good friends over at Cratedigging Vinyl and More down in Hickory, North Carolina. Brent there runs a great shop, and they do some, every once in a while, do some live sales on their Facebook page. So I was able to pick up a couple items from him this last auction. The first one is filling a hole in my Dolly Parton collection. This is Joshua. This one's a little hard to find. You know, it's got some fraying on the cover and stuff like that, but the vinyl's in really good shape, and overall I'm happy with this press and this copy. Does fill a hole in my Dolly collection. There was another one that I missed out on that came up as well. My Tennessee Mountain Boy was, I believe that, no, it was my Blue Ridge Mountain Boy, I believe is the album. That one I missed out on, so I'm a little bummed about that. But I did get this one, so that fills a big hole in my collection, and hopefully I can find some more Dolly to finish that up. But yes, very cool. Thank you, Brent. The other one I got from Cratedigging Vinyl and More was this one. This is pretty cool. This is Cujo Soundtrack. This is a limited edition release of the album, and it comes on St. Bernard brown and black swirl. Just a really cool edition. Listen to this. Very cool, haunting score for the movie. Really enjoyed listening to this a lot. So Cujo Soundtrack was added to my collection as well. Thank you, Brent. All right, I mentioned that I went to a record store too last week. They had a local store here just down the road from me, probably a good maybe 10-minute drive from my house. One of the local ones I've been supporting since they opened up a couple of years back. And he started doing flip grids, or not flip grids, I should say, flip videos of the new albums coming in. So new releases that he got in the store, so brand new albums. And I saw one there that I've been trying to find and been waiting to find on Amazon, but hasn't shown up in quite a long time. And just one you don't see very often, so I picked that up. But first, I dug through the new bins and I found some pretty cool pieces here. We'll start here with the Godfather Soundtrack. Really cool score on this one, fun music. If you're into, you know, the Italian type jazzy music, this is really, really good. Had a good time with this one. And on top of that, also found Godfather Part Two in the same bin. Now these were dirt cheap. I think I paid $5 for both of them, and they're in pretty good shape actually. So happy with those. Listened to them both this last week and enjoyed them quite a bit. And the album that I went for was this one. This is Tesla's Simplicity. It's an album that I've heard nothing but really good things about. This one came out I think in 2014. So it was their newest until the last one came out. And I've heard nothing but good things about this album. A lot of good classic Tesla sound on this. I have to agree. It's really, really fun album. This was, I think, called the Fan Club Edition. I don't know what that entails, but we have a black vinyl for disc 1 and a white vinyl for disc 2 to go with the theme of the cover here. And yeah, just a really good album, and happy to have found this and picked this up. I was worried that when I went there, I think I went there on Tuesday or Wednesday, that it would be gone by then because he sent the video the Thursday before, but it was still there, so happy to have picked that up. Last but certainly not least, I have decided in my collecting that I'm going to try and get some of my favorite records in the best audio quality that I can. MOV presses, MoFi presses, audio, analog productions presses, things like that. I'm not going to pay an arm and a leg though, guys. I do have my budget, and I'm sticking to my budget as of right now, and that is $50 or less before shipping and taxes and stuff. And so that does limit on some of the things that I can pick up, but that said, there are plenty out there that I can. Like MOV pressings usually typically cost anywhere between $25 and $30. So those are in my price range, definitely reasonable prices for those great pressings. The original master recordings / mobile fidelity sound lab recordings, those albums typically range anywhere from $34 to $50. So again, they're in my price range there. Obviously they have different ones and better ones that are in the $100 range and $80 range, and then that's just not something I want to pay for a single album, so that's my personal choice. So that does limit some of the things, but they do have some stuff there that I can get under my budget. And then also the analog productions, those go anywhere from $30 up to $55. So depending on the album, if it's something I really want, I might be willing to add the $5 to my budget top and pick it up from Analog Productions. I do have the Stevie Ray Vaughan Texas Flood album from Analog Productions, and it is amazing. So I wouldn't hesitate on that if it was something I really, really wanted. But that said, the albums I've been waiting for, and I've been told they're being repressed this year, so I've been waiting on that, are the Dire Straits album. I really, really love Dire Straits' production value. I love Mark Knopfler's guitar playing. His songwriting is fantastic. And that's a band I just got into over the last year or two, and just really, really love his playing and his songwriting. So I decided that I wanted to pick up at least 3 of the albums from them on the original master recordings, if possible. So the 3 are Brothers in Arms, Love Over Gold, and then this one. This is their debut self-titled album from 1978. 1978. You know, I looked all over for anyone who had in stock these original master recordings of Dire Straits, and just couldn't find them anywhere. A lot of sites say coming in 2020, repress coming in 2020, so I'm waiting for that, looking forward to that coming out. But I found this, of all places, at Target. Target.com had this one in stock, and so I ordered it from Target, used my red card, got a 5% off discount, so I saved like a couple bucks. And yeah, it showed up in 3-4 days, and they actually used good packaging on it, so I was really, really happy. And guys, I mean, unbelievable. Now, if you know Dire Straits, you know the production value on Dire Straits is absolutely insane. They do a great job. Them and Pink Floyd are probably the best. Pink Floyd, Rush, and Dire Straits probably are the best production values on all their albums that you can find out there. They're just amazing. And I didn't think it could sound any better than the one I had, but I tell you what, this blows me away listening to it. Just the channel separation, the instrumentation, the pop of the snare drums. I mean, everything on here is amazing. So super happy with this. It confirms that I want to get the other 2 albums on original master recording as well, no doubt. So super pumped about it, happy to have it in my collection, and now I look forward to waiting for the represses of the other 2 albums I'm looking for, and I will pop on those as quickly as I can. So there you have it. That is everything that I picked up over this last week. Super pumped about all that. Looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff coming out that I have on pre-order that's coming up here. I think most of it's in November. Really looking forward to some of that stuff to show you guys what I have pre-ordered. A lot of reissues that are coming. Some holiday music is coming now. That's all getting out in full-fledged swing. So looking forward to picking up some new holiday albums as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and put a comment below. I love talking with everybody in the vinyl community. It's always a joy. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep spinning, vinyl friends.